Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is John. I'm a full-time eBay reseller based in Melbourne, Australia. In this video, I'm going to cover the new item not received email, I guess, process that eBay sent out. Essentially, they've started stepping in to communicate with buyers when they open up an item not received case where tracking is uploaded. So this doesn't apply to untracked post, only if there's a tracking number. And previously, what would happen is when somebody opens up an item not received case, you have to upload the tracking again, write a note, buyer replies, we go back and forth, and then eventually the buyer can ask eBay to step in when it reaches to a particular time frame. You can also call eBay or chat to eBay to ask them to extend the time frame if there's good reason to show that the item is still on its way, it's not stuck yet, you've opened a case with Australia Post, so on and so forth. And so, a lot of work on our part. eBay have essentially said, we don't like that because if we expect you to do all that customer service, you're not really selling. And eBay doesn't like the fact that they can't really notify us more to do what's required. So, a lot of people get messages via the eBay inbox and they don't read it. And I think eBay knows that because eBay has all the open rates for their emails. I don't read a lot of their emails either. I've started to change the way I run my business so that I look out for these emails. But even so, by not reading these emails, sometimes we miss deadlines. We miss the deadline to respond to a buyer. eBay then refunds the buyer on our behalf before we had a chance to step in. And we feel like eBay is just, there's a bit of a disjointedness to it, isn't it? Like, and you hear these complaints all the time. eBay refunded before I got a chance to fix it. Yeah, except eBay gave you 7 days. What were you doing during those 7 days? Oh, I missed the email. Well, whose fault is that really? But eBay shouldn't have refunded the money. Well, the buyer can't be just left waiting forever, can they? So, this process works a bit like this. And I'm really thankful to one of the eBay sellers who allowed me to share her experience. Her experience was shared on a thread that was essentially a negative thread. Only 2 days ago, I did a video on how people come to eBay Facebook groups with stories in a way that is meant to compel the reader to feel the way they feel. They'll say things like, eBay screwed me over, eBay charges me too much fees, eBay is not worth it anymore, and they'll paint this picture, right? And the best way to combat that is with facts. Facts that show that's not the case. Facts that anchor an experience rather than allow emotions to, I guess, enlarge the negative feelings, I suppose, the fear. Anyways, thank you so much. I know who you are. Thank you for letting me use your story because the way you described it essentially covers what I want to talk about. And that is that so imagine I'm the seller, okay? I get angry messages at night from a buyer who doesn't have their item. They're annoyed. They expect me to reply, I don't reply. By the morning, I get like 4 messages. And before I even get a chance to reply, eBay says, don't worry, we can see that the item has been delivered and we've provided the tracking number to the buyer. We've put so eBay put the seller's funds on hold for that one only. Not everything, just on that one. And then within the hour, I'm guessing the buyer must have been a bit aggressive. eBay refunded the postage as a gesture of goodwill and sent the seller a message saying, we're not taking it out of your funds. We'll do it out of our funds. That's good. And then after, when the item showed that it actually was delivered, eBay released the funds back to the seller. And that was it. Amazing. How many times have item not received cases been opened because the buyer doesn't check that they've actually got the item, or they haven't checked with a family member who may have taken the item in, or maybe they have taken the item but not realizing that that was actually the item. Like, I've had buyers who buy items from Target, Kmart, and then I'll ship the item to them in the Kmart box that I happen to have. And then when I tell them, it actually arrived 2 days ago, they go and go, oh shoot, it was actually in the Kmart box. I thought that was like a different one. So when it shows that it's been delivered, all that extra conversation didn't really need to be had. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what eBay is doing. They're trying to take me away from that process. Not because they don't trust me, but because my time is better used selling. My time is better used taking photos. My time is better used listing, packing, shipping. And so, by eBay stepping in, I can focus on the thing that I'm actually really good at and make eBay more money in the process. Now, back to those people who complain whenever eBay have a new update. This was one such post where this person, the person who shared her experience, had the courage to actually talk about her experience that really happened. She wasn't trying to combat with her opinion. It was just, here's what happened. I think it's pretty cool. But it was on a post where people go, well, eBay has another update. Must be a way to get money from me. Must be a way to ruin my business. Must be a way to tell me how to do things. I don't like that attitude. And I don't like that attitude because it severely lacks context. Especially those people who say, I have been a seller for 20, 30, 40 since I was born years. And eBay has never done anything that has helped sellers. Like, are you serious? The fact that eBay exists and continues to exist, balancing seller and buyer, enabling you to feed your family or yourself if you don't have a family, like, how is that not a good thing? How are you not grateful that this thing exists? There was a time when starting a business took a lot more capital up front, a lot more inventory up front, just for you to have a shop front, in the hope that your bet on the walking traffic was spot on, that you were able to assess how many people might actually come into your store. And if you were right, you still had to, I guess, establish yourself, talk to people, be nice, run promotions. eBay gives you access to 134 million buyers worldwide. And you're whinging about a little update that is meant to take a task away from you that really isn't a productive task to begin with. So, hats off to this person for actually coming in with a real experience. Because I know that a negative post can sometimes just run off the rails and that's it. And forever it's there for everyone to see that people just complained and there was no real evidence proving otherwise. So what I want to encourage you to do is to be like this person who allowed me to share her experience. Share your experience of how things actually are. Don't just allow complaining to happen on platforms, because a lot of these people who complain, my gosh, selling for 20, like I've only been selling full-time for like 4 years, right? And this is my attitude towards eBay. I am so grateful that there is a platform that lets me do this. Lets me spend more time with my family rather than away from my family. Lets me do dates on lunchtime instead of nighttime when it's peak hour with everybody else. Lets me buy my groceries at a time of the day when no one else is there. Like, that is amazing. And if somebody tells me I've been selling for 20 odd years, 30 years, and eBay sucks balls, like really, either you're a small seller or you just are a pretty rubbish person to be around. I don't know. Those people who know who I'm talking about, yeah, I'm not taking that one back. Like, seriously, do better. The eBay community is full of so many people who are helpful. I've experienced that. I put myself out there and I meet so many people who hope to make progress, who hope to just grow a little seedling of a side business so that they can better provide for their families, so that they can just do something nice for the people they love. And I strongly believe that all this excess complaining doesn't help. So my job is to provide helpful information. And my job is to make my stand firm that if you're going to complain, find a private place to do it. Don't do it in the public square where it helps nobody, because you are helping nobody. All you're doing is drawing awareness to how small-minded you are and how ungrateful you are. So there, I've said it. But in terms of this update, it's brilliant. I love it. I am super thankful that eBay has realized that there's a lot of manual labor that goes into running an eBay business. They've realized that for those of us, which is a lot of us, who sell non-replenishables, automation really isn't an option. And so, being able to automate this thing for us or simulate automation for us so that the buyer gets a response whilst we're sleeping, that's amazing. And thumbs up eBay, thank you so much. So until next video, take care, happy reselling, and yeah, comment below if you've had experience with this this process of eBay stepping in as well. Bye.